Hey, what's up, guys? Sambiru here, and today I have a lot of content to go through. Just really quick before we start, today's post is not officially sponsored, but I just want to tell you guys I'm getting a lot of my information from a really cool thing called Blitz Post, and it is a Discord server that basically you can get it to post Blitz news and leaks and stuff in your own Discord, and my Discord actually has it, and that's where I'm getting a lot of today's information from. So I just wanted to put that in there. I don't know how well known it is or anything, but there you go. So first things first, there's a lot of new premium tanks that seem to be coming into the game. And, everybody knows about the Czech tanks. Everybody seems to know about stuff like the Object 260 and the Kanonen Jagdpanzer 105. Those tanks. I looked a little bit at them. There's a couple pictures. The Object 260 actually looks like it's going to be kind of like an IS-7, but not really. It has a 420 alpha damage gun. Actually pretty decent DPM. I think it's right around 3,000, not 3,400 like the 113 has. But it's got pretty nice DPM, and I think that'll be a pretty fun tank. Looks like it has a semi-reliable turret, but the thing is, the pike nose on it is significantly weaker than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be, like, at least just considering the angles on the pike nose, I thought it'd be a little bit stronger, but it looks like a lot of tanks can actually just pen the upper plates. Maybe it'll be kind of like a troll bounce or something like that. But right now it's not looking too strong that way. But it is pretty fast. It can go almost 50 kilometers per hour with I think a 13, I can't remember. I don't have the stats pulled up, I'm going off memory. I think a 13 horsepower per ton ratio, which isn't horrible, but that's not super good either. Now we got a whole bunch of other new premiums. Like, for example, this Samuel SM, which is going to be a tier 8 French heavy tank. Keep that in mind. It basically looks like a 5100, and it's going to be up armored. If it's anything like its World of Tanks PC counterpart, it's basically just an up armored 5100. It's going to be significantly slower, but once again, up armored, and it's going to have a little bit better of a gun. I guess that's arguable, but the one on WoTP has a pretty hefty clip size of, I believe, 6 shells. So we'll just have to wait and see what it ends up being like in World of Tanks Blitz, because we all know that the autoloaders have smaller clips than Blitz. The next tank is the AE Phase 1, and this is a very interesting tank, at least to the eyes, just because its tracks are like split down the middle. It's kind of hard to describe. At least you guys will have a picture on screen so you guys will be able to see. But it looks like it has the Tier 9 heavy tank gun, the M103's gun, or at least, like I said, so it appears. And it kind of looks like it has the hull of the T95E1 or E2, or I can't even remember what the name is because it's all numbers, and that's basically what the American tanks are like in my memory. But this is a pretty decent tank on WoTPC, if I'm not mistaken. Decent gun depression, a very nice turret, and decent enough power to weight to get, 2 and 4th on the battlefield, so I'm looking forward to this one as well. One other thing that the AE Phase 1 also could potentially have is the capacity to be slightly more competitive than other tier 9 heavies, allowing it to be closer to tanks like the K91. Because tier 9 is a really balanced tier. I like tier 9, but there's also a lot of heavies that are pretty good, but not quite fast enough to make rotations, such as the ST1. So we'll have to see on that tank. Now, we got a whole other selection of Tier 8 premiums that are going to be added into the game, so I guess we'll start with the turtle. So here is a Tier 8 premium So here is a Tier 8 premium British tank destroyer, which is going to be pretty interesting because the only tank destroyer, or I guess British tank destroyer that's a premium, is the AT-15A, and that's not bad, but you can pen it frontally, has the same problems that the AT-15 has. Really good DPM, a nice gun, but the armor profile really isn't there, especially compared to how much mobility it has. When you consider how slow it is, it's not really working out for the tank. But the turtle on WoTPC, if you're the main issue with it, I mean, it has good DPM. It has nice gun arc angles, like it can aim up and down, to the left and to the right. Pretty nice. It's very flexible in that sense. So it's very similar to the Tortoise with its amazing gun arc. But the other thing that it's similar to with the Tortoise is if you're not using your gun depression or angling your armor, a lot of tanks can just pen it frontally, and, you know, it's a big flat plate. You're a slow tank, and that's a pretty big issue, because considering how slow you are, and a tank like the Turtle or the Tortoise or anything else related to a freaking reptile of that sort, you know, you can't really do anything. If people are penetrating your armor and you're that slow, then what's the point? So we'll have to see what the armor profile's like on this tank before I, you know, advise getting it or not. And I'll end up doing a review on each and every one of these tanks, at least a statistical review, a little bit later. Now, next up is the LT-432, which is a Tier 8 Russian light tank, which is going to be, you know, premium, as we've been discussing. And this tank is just straight up a god tier light tank on World of Tanks PC. I don't know how good it's going to be on Blitz, but it's, you know, it's super low profile, has a lot of auto ricochet angles, a very well sloped upper plate. I can't even see the lower plate, so I don't know. I'm just going off this one picture right now. I'm going to be showing you guys pictures of the respective tanks in World of Tanks PC, just so you guys can get a couple different angles and, you know, more stuff to look at. But anyways, this looks like it's going to be a pretty good tank. It might even overthrow stuff like the T-54 lightweight, just because, you know, it's low profile, and it's going to have probably a similar armor profile as well. So I'm looking forward to that one. That's probably going to be the one that I'm going to pick up, or at least most likely. Now, next up here is the Skoda T27, which is going to be, once again, a Tier 8 premium tank. I guess, you know, we're just adding to the array that we already have. Anyways, it is going to be a medium tank with an autoloader. It's going to resemble the Tier 9 and the Tier 10 in the Czech tech tree. So I'm kind of looking forward to this one as well. But it looks like there's like a little interesting, I don't even know how to describe it. There's like a part of the turret where it looks like it should be able to depress its gun more. I'm not sure. Just because of that, I'm assuming that the tank would, you know, I'm willing to bet that it would have somewhere around 8 to 10 degrees, probably 9, something around there. But that's, you know, that's pretty generous. Once again, we'll just have to wait and see. So lastly, the March Battle Pass looks like it is coming out with another Tier 4 and another Tier 6. You know, nobody saw it coming. No, anyways, the Tier 6 actually looks pretty interesting. This time it is going to be the American Tier 6 heavy tank, the M6. Also, it is going to be renamed the Magnus, and it looks like it has some kind of like gladiator theme to it with an eagle on top. And it also, like, the eagle has some wings behind it. That looks really cool. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. A lot of the Battle Pass tanks I haven't been super interested in, but, you know, I've been ending up buying the Battle Passes anyway, so could be pretty interesting. I need to see stats on it and a whole bunch of other things, maybe a couple in battle, play against it, see how it is. Because right now, the tier for tier, the M6, it's okay. It's not bad. The T1's better. Something I think's hilarious is the M6 actually has less armor than the T1 heavy at tier 5, which is, you know, that really tells you what state the T1's in. And like I said, there's also a tier 4, which is going to be the Valentine Mark 9, which is, you know, is pretty cool. Pretty rare tank. I don't know a lot about it. Kind of excited to get one, but I'm also, you know, once again, I'm not really sure what the point of it is. I don't know what's going for it. From my memory, the Valentine's pretty slow, has, you know, an okay gun, but not really enough armor to justify it being slow. So I'd probably end up selling the Valentine for gold in a garage slot, so. And really quick, before the end of the video, there's a couple posts related to the Chinese server, so just keep in mind everything is subject to change, and this is just a general look into the future. So update 7.6, you know, that came out. 7.7, we get the Valentine event, we get the Lunar New Year event, and of course the Czech tanks, stuff like that. 7.8, some American heavy tanks and tank destroyers will receive buffs to mobility, penetration, etc. Specific data is still being adjusted. T-95's top speed will be increased to 16 kilometers per hour, possibly higher. Maybe something like on WoTPC where it can go actually 20 kilometers per hour. You know, kind of reminds me of the TOG buff, because right now it can go 14, just like how slow the TOG was, 14 kilometers per hour, and then the TOG was buffed to having 20 now. So 7.9, several tier 10 TD buff. Gorilla is going to get a hit point increase. Other tanks also have a couple adjustments planned, but they're not listed here. And finally, 8.0. I'm going to make a separate video on this. We're going to have a little chat about what I think about 8.0 and everything that envelops. So make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you guys... God. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you guys are notified whenever that video comes out. That's probably going to be the next one that pops up on this channel. So anyways, that's been today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed watching. It's been quite a lengthy one, about 10 minutes of me just talking at your face, and my voice is probably obnoxious by now and you're never going to come back, but you know, that's fine, that's fine. At least you enjoyed this video, hopefully. If you didn't, make sure to dislike and let me know why in the comments. I'm still trying to improve on my channel as I'm rather new, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.